Well, hello, guys and gals. Welcome back. Glad you could join me again. Today, we're going to be looking at the June parking lot sale for Harbor Freight, but this is the updated version. That's right, there is an update for the June parking lot sale. If you haven't heard anything about it yet, haven't seen it, don't know what's going on, well, let me bring you up to date and tell you everything that's happening. Now, I did a video about this a few days ago, and at that time, it was only a one-page ad. One page printed on both sides, an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, really small, pitiful ad as far as I'm concerned. I've been tracking Harbor Freight sales for the past 20 years, and this has got to be the smallest, worst, most pitiful parking lot sale that I've ever seen. And I mentioned that in the previous video. And probably Harbor Freight listened to what I said and what probably other people have said as well, criticizing the sale, and they decided, oh my goodness, we got to put out a new sale. We got to update it and add some more sales to it. So it's still pitiful. It's just not as pitiful. Let's put it that way. So Harbor Freight has become kind of like game developers where they put out incomplete games and they have to roll out updates for it. Well, Harbor Freight's become the same way. A few years ago, and I'm talking 3-4 years ago, when they put out a sale, that was your sale. Now it's like they'll put out a sale, and then a few days later, they put out another update for that sale. Well, that's what they did this time as well. So there's been some improvements. They doubled the sale, if you want to look at it that way. I mean, it's 50% more or 100% more, whatever the math is. Don't make me do math. Anyway, so it's double the sale compared to what it was. Now, instead of 2 pages, it's 4 pages. Woohoo! So you get a lot more stuff to see. Now, I'm not going to go over every single thing that I discussed last time. I'm going to point out the changes that have taken place because you guys that follow my channel, you already know what I said in the previous sale, so I'm not going to bore you with all those same details all over again. So let's get started. Let's take a look at what happened and what changes Harbor Freight has made, and hopefully there will not be another change between now and June 9th. But you watch, now that I said that, just to spite me, Harbor Freight will probably put out another update. So let's see how it goes. Anyway, so for those of you that may not be aware, I don't know, maybe you've been living on another planet, didn't hear anything about it, the June parking lot sale is coming up for Harbor Freight. And in case you don't know, it starts on June 9th and goes until June 15th. So June 9th until the 12th is for Inside Track Club people. The 13th, 14th, and 15th is for everyone to get in there and take advantage of the sale. All right, we covered those details. Let's get into the sale. And if you want to find this sale, if for whatever reason you haven't seen it, you don't have it, you need to get your hands on it, well, you can get this sale at my website anytime you like. There's the domain right there. Type that into your browser, head on over there under the Extras tab. You can find this and all sorts of other sales for Harbor Freight throughout the entire year. So we start off here right at the top. Let's look at the changes that they've made. First of all, this yellow area right here was not in the previous sale, at least not in this position. All these items were in the sale, but they were at the bottom of the page. Here they moved it to the top of the page so they could add a few more items further on down. So there you go. All those things were there before. The flex head ratchet set, the moving blankets, the welding wire, the cleaning cloths, and these little toolboxes. Those were already there before, and they just moved them up. Now, the best part of the sale, the best part of this whole sale is going to be these percent off deals right here. The 30% off on Pittsburgh steel jacks, 40% off on Icon wrenches, 50% off on extreme duty tarps, and 50% off on nitrile gloves. That's probably what most people are going to be going in for to take advantage of those percent off savings. They give you the best bang for your buck. Now let's move on to all the other stuff. And a lot of the stuff on the first page remains very similar to what it was previously. This Predator was already there, the Badlands was there, the tool cart I believe was there, all that stuff was there. I'm not going to go over it again. Now these guys, these icons were added in. These were not there before. So for you icon guys, you have the SAE and Metric General Service set, the 1/4 inch drive 48 piece. You can get this guy for $80, normally $113, so that's $33 you save. Or you have the 3/8 inch drive 54 piece set for $120, normally $160, so that's $40 you save on that guy. And in case you haven't heard me mention it before, everything in the red bubble generally means that it's the best prices of the year so far. So these guys are all decent prices, like these guys up here. pretty much the best prices so far. This Earthquake XT, the welding table, all these guys, they were all there before. I believe these fans were there before. I could be wrong, but if they're not, there you go. You can get yourself a couple of fans. The 30-inch pedestal or the 24-inch rolling fan, you can get it for $120. Either one of them, normally $140, save yourself $20. Now these guys here in the yellow, again, pretty much that was the same way it was in the previous sale. The plastic fastener, safety glasses, zip ties, the LED lights, or the tie-down straps. All that stuff was already there. You can take advantage of it. These guys as well, this section also was there pretty much the same way you see it now. That's the way it was there before. They just copied and pasted it over. The extension set, transfer pump, socket driver, the work gloves, and the LED light. Now, moving on down here, this big triple bank, that was there as well previously in the previous version, but this guy over here, the end locker, was not there. So if you want an end locker to go with this roll cab, there you go. 22-inch end locker, you can get this guy, has all the item numbers right there. You can get it right now during the sale for $320. Normally $400, so you save yourself $80. Comes in black, green, blue, red, yellow, orange, white, or gray. Now, moving on, some of these other guys as well have been added, like the 34 by 23 6-drawer full bank service cart. I'm pretty sure that was not in there before, so you can take advantage of this guy. $500 right now, normally $600, so that's $100 you save during the sale. Comes in 9 colors: red, black, blue, yellow, orange, green, white, purple, and gray. Now, if you need some socket sets and so forth, here you go. Because remember, all the other stuff was rent sets for icons. These are individual socket sets that were not in the percent off, but you can still save some money on. If you're a fan of Quinn, here you go with the Quinn Master Technician Tool Set, 428-piece set. You can get this guy for $330, normally $430, so you save yourself $100, SAE and metric. This was not in the previous sale, but this one down here was. The half-inch drive SAE and metric Master Impact socket set, 61 pieces. That was in the previous version, and it's still there right now. $140 right now during the sale, normally $190, so that's $50 you save. These guys over here were not in the previous version, so they added these guys in. If you want a Pittsburgh Mechanics tool set, 301-piece set, SAE and metric, you can get this guy for $170 right now, normally $200, save yourself $30. Or the Mechanics tool set, 221-piece set, you can get it for $100, normally $140, so that's $40 you save. Now, if you want a flex head long handle ratchet, you can get this guy from Pittsburgh for $28. Normally $33, so that's about $5 or $6 you save there. Comes in 1/2 or 3/8 inch drive. Now, what if you want some click-type torque wrenches? Here you have from Icon or Quinn, 1/2 inch drive, 50 to 250 foot-pound click-type torque wrench. You can get this guy for $120, normally $140. That's $20 you save. Or the Quinn version, 1/2 inch drive, 12.5 to 250 foot-pound digital torque wrench. You can get this guy for $150, normally $180. That's $30 you save. Now, these guys down here, all these were also added in. They were not there before. The 3/8 inch drive extraction socket set, 9 pieces, SAE or metric. You can get it for $25 right now, normally $30, so that's about $5 off. Or for you Icon guys, the 3/8 inch drive professional deep socket set, 12 pieces for $40, SAE or metric. Normally $45, so that's about $5 you save there. Now, if you want some organization tools, here you go with the peg-type socket tray set, 3-piece set from US General. You can get this guy in SAE or metric and blue, green, red, black, etc. You can get it right now for $18, normally $25, so that's about $5 or $6 you save. Or if you want the magnetic socket rail in 1/4, 3/8, or 1/2, you can get this guy during the sale for $15, normally $22, so that's about $5 or $6 again. Now, this part in the yellow was pretty much the same in the previous sale ad, pretty much the tarp, the hammers, the socket handlers. You have a couple of different 1/4, 3/8, or the multi-rail socket set. I believe all that stuff was there before. This part of the yellow, I do believe this was added in. I don't think these were in the previous sale. I'm going off of memory here, so I don't remember they were previously in the sale. I generally like to do this kind of stuff with a split screen, but this is such a small ad that I'm kind of going by memory. I think I remember pretty much everything that was there and was now added in or not. So here we go. I don't think these guys were there. The pry bar set, 4 pieces. You can get it for $10 during the sale, normally 17. Save yourself about $7-8. Or if you want a 15-inch tool bag with 14 pockets from Voyager, you can get it for $5, normally 10. That's half price. Or these little clear stacking bins in large, $3 during the sale, normally 4. Save about $1 or so. And the 3/8-inch drive high visibility deep socket set, a 10-piece set, SAE or metric. And this is going to be a Pittsburgh. Even though it doesn't say it, it's going to be a Pittsburgh. You can get this for $10, normally 14. That's about $4 you save. Or the 1 3/8 plunge cut cutting blade for oscillating multi-tools. You can get this guy for $4, normally 8. Save yourself half price. Now, this guy right here, the Hercules 12-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw, that was there before. Same thing, $300. Same thing as the McGraw compressor, 135 PSI oil lube compressor. That was there as well, $200. These guys over here have been added in. The Central Pneumatic 3/8-inch by 50-foot retractable hose reel. Right now, $65 during the sale, normally $90. So that's about $25 you save, something like that. Not a bad price, not the best price of the year, but not a bad price nonetheless. I think this is a good value for what you get. Much better than the other ones that they have from Merlin or Extreme or whatever the case may be. This is their cheapest one. If you're just looking for a retractable hose reel that does the job, I've had this guy for like 6-7 years. Does a great job. I have no complaints about it. Even though a lot of times nowadays I use battery operated tools, but when I do need air, it does come in handy and it works just fine. So this one is one that I would recommend if you want to get the best for the money. And if you want a professional long barrel air hammer, there you go. This guy was added into the sale from Chief, $120 right now. Normally $140, save yourself $20. Now, this guy was here before, the titanium, and this time you only get one welder. Most of the time you'll get 3 or 4 or 5 welders. This time, only one welder. The Ultimate 140 Professional Multi-Process Welder, $500. That was already there. The Bauer 2000 PSI Electric Pressure Washer, also already there. I already explained why I don't like this one. I don't recommend it. Wait for the Portland Green machine to go on sale. You'll be much better off. Get the same performance for a much cheaper price, $100 less than this one. And before we get too far into this video, how about you do me a great big favor and hit that subscribe button if you haven't done so already. That way you stay informed every time I make one of these money-saving videos for Harbor Freight, Home Depot, Amazon, Lowe's, or any other great place that I can find to save you guys some money. Saving money, that's what we're all about here. So that's the way I keep you guys informed and I keep more money in your wallet. Thanks for doing that, and let's move along. These guys, the professional gravity feed air spray guns from Black Widows, these were not there before. Now they were added in. The HVLP or the HTE, either one, for $130, normally $180, so that's $50 off on those two guys. And this guy right here, they obviously forgot to mention this previously, and they put this in every single parking lot sale. The liquidation sale, 75% off. Now, really, that's not a sale. It's always there, but they always like to mention it during every big sale that they get. If you go to the store anytime throughout the year, you can look for hundreds. Not really. Most of the time, there's not hundreds. I guess if you look nationwide, there are hundreds. But if you look at per store, it's generally 5 or 6 items, maybe 10 if you're lucky on that given time. But you can find open box, as is, discontinued, closeouts, factory reconditioned, scratch and dent, stuff like that. Sometimes you can get a good deal. Sometimes you can get a bargain. I mean, if it has a little bit of some parts missing or something and you don't care, or if it's scratched and dented, you don't care, you can save yourself some money. And also, this has been going down. I mean, a lot of times it would be like 80, 85%. Then it went down to like 78, 79%. Now it's down to 75%. The savings that you're getting on a lot of those scratch and dent, discontinued scratch and dent stuff, it's not as great as it used to be, because it used to be at least 5% more most of the time. So that's been going down quite a bit over time. A lot of the savings at Harbor Freight, and I'm not the only guy to say this, I read this throughout the entire interweb on a lot of different forums. The pricing at Harbor Freight has gotten way more expensive, and they're trying to get more money out of you. The savings that you get at Harbor Freight has been reduced considerably. So don't get mad at me. Don't throw tomatoes at the screen. I'm not the only guy saying that. A lot of people are saying that. And I'm sure a lot of you guys probably agree with me, even though you don't like it, but you know I'm right. And let's see, this semi-trash water pump, I believe, was there before as well, so I'm not going to go over that. The hand trucks, they added a couple more in because this guy, the 4-in-1 convertible hand truck, was there previously for 170 bucks, and they added these two guys if you want something a little cheaper. The 700-pound capacity hand truck, you can get this guy for 50 bucks during the sale, normally 60, save yourself 10 bucks. Or the 800-pound capacity hand truck, you can get it for 65 bucks, normally 75, save yourself 10 bucks. Either one of those, you only save about 10 bucks. The biggest saving is on this guy, but it's a lot more expensive as well. Now, these guys over here were also added to the sale. The Armstrong 37 to 80-inch full motion TV wall mount, you can get that guy for 30 bucks, normally 40, save yourself 10 bucks. Or the 1,200-pound capacity steel utility cart with removable sides, you can get it for 140 bucks, normally 175. So that's 35 bucks you save on that guy. That's a decent savings on that one. And let's see, now this yellow part here, all of these items are brand new, added to the sale. These were not in the previous sale. So if you want to get yourselves a plier set with comfort grip, a 5-piece set, you can get this guy, and I believe these are Pittsburgh. So you can get these guys for 15 bucks, normally 20, save 5 bucks. You need some disposable blue shop towels. You can get the roll for $2.30, normally $3.50, save yourself about $1 there. Or the 150-pound capacity foldable hand truck, you can get this guy for 25 bucks, normally 35, save 10 bucks. Or if you want some air fittings and you want to get fancy, you want the brass ones, you don't want the steel ones, here you go. The 1/4-inch brass industrial plugs from Merlin. You can get these in either female or male for $1.50, normally $3, so that's half price. Or the high visibility socket adapter set, 4 pieces, again Pittsburgh. You can get it for $2.89, normally $4.49, so that's about $1.50 you saved there, something like that. And since we have it right here, we can fit into the same screen. You have a choice. You can get either or this one or both. So you can get that one or this one, or you can get them both. I have both of these. Actually, I have all three. I have this set as well. So it depends. It's up to you if you're on a budget or you're a tool hoarder like I am and you want to have every tool under the sun. Depends if you want to go with the impact rated or the regular chrome ones. Totally up to you. But if you're a YouTuber like me and you use the chrome ones, when you're making a video, the internet goes nuts at you and they tell you shouldn't use that for impact tools. But, if you're a home gamer, you don't care. You don't have an audience to tell you what to do. So there you go. Anyway, let's start off over here. You can get the universal joint socket adapter, a 3-piece set for $6, normally 10, so that's a few bucks you save there. This set used to be only around $3. Now it's up to 6. It's doubled in price. Here you have the professional impact socket adapter set, a 4-piece set. You can get it for $20, normally 33. So that's about 13 bucks you save there. And I didn't mention all these are also brand new, added into the sale. These were not there previously. And if you want to get the 1/4 and 3/8 dual drive extendable ratchet, you can get this guy for $12, normally 18. So that's about $5 or $6 there. And this one is convenient. I have the 1/2-inch drive. I don't have the 1/2 and 3/8 because I don't like the way it's 2 drives in one. So you have 2 heads sticking out in 2 different directions. I didn't like that, so I didn't get it. I got the 1/2-inch drive instead. And it's very convenient for some applications because you can extend it or shrink it down depending on what you need. So it's like a ratchet, but it can become a breaker bar at the same time. So it's convenient instead of having to swap around between a lot of different types of ratchets when you're doing work. I mean, we all know once you get into a project, you pull out so many tools, it becomes a huge mess in your work area. So when one tool can do more things, all the better. Here you go with the hard terrain gel knee pads. You can get these guys for $12, normally 16, so that's a few bucks you save. Or a 20-inch 4-way lug wrench set. You can get it for $10, normally 16, save about $6 there. Now, looking at some Predator generators, these guys were not in the previous sale, so these are all brand new additions. So here you go with the 6,500 watt gas powered portable generator. You can get this guy for $600 during the sale. Normally $650, so that's $50 you save. Or the 9,000 watt gas powered generator for $700, normally $800, so that's $100 you save on that guy. This guy, I can't remember if it was in the sale or not. Maybe it was just the one at the top that was in the sale in the previous pages. Maybe this one was not here in the previous sale. So there you go. The 9500 watt super quiet inverter generator. You can get this guy for $1850, normally $2300. So that's $450 you save there. Now, if you need some winches for your ATVs, UTVs, all that kind of stuff, here you go. These are some new additions. All this stuff down here is pretty much some new additions, all added to the sale that were not there previously. Here you go with the 3500 watt UTV Power Sport winch with automatic load holding brake. You can get this guy for $125, normally $140, save $15. Or the 5,000 pound capacity sport utility winch with automatic load holding brake, $150 for this guy, normally $180, save $30. 12,000 pound capacity truck SUV winch with wire rope, $300 during the sale, normally $350, save yourself $50. And if you need some loading ramps, here you go with the 1,000 pound capacity 9-inch by 72-inch steel loading ramps, a set of two, $60 during the sale, normally $85, save about $15 there. Or the 750 pound capacity folding cargo carrier, $90 during the sale, normally $120, save about $30. If you want a motorcycle carrier, 600 pound capacity motorcycle carrier, you can get it for $200, normally $240, so you save yourself $40. And let's see, how about from Centec? Here you go with the 630 peak amp portable car battery jump starter and power pack. I believe this was already in the sale previously, so that's just a continuation there. And the Zurich ZR13, they added that guy in. That was not there before. You can get it for $140, normally $150. Save yourself about $10 there. I normally do not recommend these Zurichs. They're not the best quality, and they don't give you a lot for considering the high price that they charge. So generally speaking, I don't recommend them at all. Now, from Pittsburgh, these guys are also new additions. If you want a no-spill radiator funnel set, you can get this guy for $30, normally $40, save yourself $10. And just a little side note, if you're a technician and you're using this stuff all the time, fine, dandy, go ahead, $30. If you're a home gamer like me, you really don't need to spend $30 to have this kind of a funnel set. You can just make your own, because most of the time you're only going to have one or two cars, right? You're not a crazy person like me that has multiple cars. In fact, just the other day I bought another car. I'll probably be making a video on that soon enough when I do an oil change and stuff like that. So now I'm up to 5 cars. I'm getting crazy. I'm going as crazy as some of the other people on YouTube. So here we go. If you want to do it, most of the time you're only going to have 1 or 2 radiators to deal with. You can find either a water bottle, a Gatorade bottle, anything like that that'll probably fit the neck of your radiator, and you can just cut off the end of that thing and make one of these kits for yourself. So you don't need to spend $30. Find a Gatorade bottle, water bottle, anything that fits your radiator, and you're good to go. Because all this stuff does not need to be pressurized. It's just a way to keep it from bubbling up and making a mess as you're filling your radiator. So save yourself $30. Use it to buy another tool. Here you go. How about also if you need some ramps? The 4,000 pound capacity solid steel auto ramp set, you can get these guys for $60, normally $70. So that's about $20 you save there. 8,000 pound gross weight capacity. And let me point out, these guys are only good if you're going to use them on like a truck or an SUV or something like that. But most of the other vehicles these days, whether it's a sedan or even a lot of SUVs, I mean, if you have like a RAV4 or a Tucson or any one of those, just like I do, they're pretty low these days. The front end, they put it for aerodynamics and won't really let you get up these ramps very well at all. So I don't recommend these guys because they're too steep on the front. They're not slanted enough. So I would only recommend these for big trucks or something like that, not for your typical daily driver sport utility vehicle. Not very good for that. And here you go. You also have all these parts in the yellow right here that are also new and added to the sale. If you want to get some plastic drop cloths from Husky, you can get it for $1. You get an 8-piece screwdriver set, you can get it for $8, normally $10, save a couple of bucks. A 10-pack of high-strength super glue, you can get it for $2.50, normally $4, save $1.50 there. The 1/4 inch by 50-foot lace straight air hose, you can get that guy for $20, normally $33, save a couple of bucks there. Or if you need some 5-gallon fuel cans for either diesel or gas, you can get it for $19, normally $22, save a couple of bucks there. All right, guys, so that's all there is for the new updates for the parking lot sale going on June 9th at Harbor Freight. Hopefully, there won't be any more updates. Hopefully, this is the last one, and that way you're totally up to date on everything that's coming up in just a couple of weeks for the parking lot at Harbor Freight. Hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye bye for now.